Yellow. All right, everybody, we'll open our meeting, the October 16th meeting of the El Paso County Planning Commission. I'm Jay Carlson, chairman today, and welcome everybody here. I want to welcome a new member that we've got up here today, Mr. Blaine Brew. Welcome to our committee. Yeah, glad to have somebody new. He will sit in on 3 meetings and participate fully except for voting. Just to get his feet wet and how things work. Great, so let's move on to, the voting members today will be Mr. Schipple, Ms. Fuller, Mr. Trowbridge, Ms. Jack, Mr. Whitney, Mr. Byers, and Mr. Moraes, and myself. Report items from Planning Department.
Good morning, Commissioners. For the record, Megan Harrington, Planning Director. I do have one update for you today. On Tuesday, October 21st, the Board of County Commissioners will be having a water work session. So about a year ago, the county contracted with a hydrologic engineer to look at and provide an evaluation of the Denver Basin aquifer. So how much wet water is in the Denver Basin aquifer. And that was data collection and overall evaluation. That study is just about complete. And Bruce Lytle with Moore Engineering will be at the work session on Tuesday the 21st. It's a hard start time of 1:30. It will be televised. He will be here to go over how the Denver Basin aquifer functions and what the data collection tells us about the overall viability of the Denver Basin aquifer as a long-term viable water option.
Great.
And so really there's no conclusions or recommendations. It's just data, and it's a pretty long presentation about how the aquifer functions, because it can be a pretty complicated topic. And once that water work session is complete, that evaluation and the slides will be posted to the county website. So again, just so you know, October 21st, which is Tuesday at 1:30, water work session with the Board of County Commissioners, televised via the typical link that anyone can view Board of County Commissioners meetings.
And is that at their meeting site, the commissioners' meeting, normal meeting place?
Yes, it is at Centennial Hall, normal meeting place, and that's just, there's business items in the morning, and so this is a hard start at 1:30 at Centennial Hall in the Commissioners' chambers.
Great.
Absolutely, it is open to the public. At a work session, it's typically information given to the Board of County Commissioners. I don't believe that there's a question and answer session with the public, but it is absolutely 100% open to the public to listen or view online. Okay, all right, that was my only update. I would ask Mr. Kilgore if he has anything to add. Thank you.
Anything, Mr. Kilgore?
No, sir, Mr. Chair. Nothing to add except the next meeting is November 6th for you. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I do have one clerical error I just want to fix for you. On your summary for your Board of County Commissioners action report, the last 3 items on that summary, those were all approved. I apologize, those were not selected for you.
Great, thank you. All righty, moving on. This is a portion of our meeting where we allow the public to speak to us on any items that are not on our agenda today. Is there anybody here that's got something they'd like to bring up to us? Don't see anything. Moving on into our consent items, adoption of our minutes of our last meeting. Anyone have any comments or changes for that? Seeing none, we'll approve those as submitted. Our first consent item after our minutes is agenda item 3B, file number AL2515, special use 7550 Industry Road for a new electronic message display billboard. Anybody like to see that pulled and heard as a regular item? Yes, sir. You'd like to? You'd like to see it pulled? Okay. Do you need to hear any more about the item other than what's been presented in the publicly? Okay, well, come on up and talk to us. Sir? I thought you said you didn't need to see the presentation. Would you like to see the presentation? All right. It sounds like we're going to pull it and make it a regular item, okay? And then you'll get the presentation and get to talk. All right, we'll move on to item 3C, file number VR 2310, vacation and replat Manley subdivision, filing number 2. Anybody like to have that pulled and heard as a regular item? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion. What's that? Yeah, that includes the audience. Does anybody in the audience like to have that pulled? I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Trowbridge.
regards agenda item 3C, file number VR 2310, vacation and replat for Manley subdivision, filing number 2. I move that we recommend approval in accordance with the attached resolution with 6 conditions, 4 notations, and a finding of sufficiency with regard to water quality, quantity, and dependability, and that this item be forwarded to the Board of County Commissioners for their consideration.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Ms. Jack. Any other comments? I'll take the vote. Mr. Schipple?
Aye.
Ms. Fuller?
Aye.
Mr. Trowbridge?
Aye.
Ms. Jack?
Aye.
Mr. Whitney?
Aye.
Mr. Byers?
Aye.
Mr. Moraes?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. That item 3C passes unanimously. All right, we'll move on to our regular items. Item 5A, file number U251, approval of location 1015 Valley Street.
My apologies. I thought you were doing called up consent first. All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is for U251 approval of location to convert an existing service garage to a fire station. I am Lacey Dean, planner with Planning and Community Development. I did this with Joe Sandstrom from Public Works. If you're watching remotely and would like to have input, you can email right now, pcdhearings@elpasoco.com. Email your name and a reliable phone number. So the request today is is a request from YOW Architects on behalf of Cimarron Hills Fire Protection District for the approval of location to change what is already there into a fire station for their fire district. The location here is, this is Powers, and then here's Galley. So it's slightly east of Galley. I'm sorry, east of Powers on Galley. Currently it is in the I2 zoning district, which is primarily the whole area, and then there's a little bit of commercial across the street. A brief history here. In 2000, a special use was granted on the property to be for the structure to be used for an auto repair garage. 2001, the site development plan for that garage was approved. 2002, Board of Adjustment granted, back then they had to do a Board of Adjustment for parking to get changes in the parking requirements. They were able to change it from 48 to 33. And then they also got a Board of Adjustment approval to increase the height from 9 feet to 13.8. as well as the square footage of a sign that they have on property. 2024, it was purchased by Cimarron Hills Fire Protection. They are on a lease. I believe they're being leased by the Calhan State Bank. So you'll see them on ownership on the assessor's website, but it's for Cimarron Hills Fire Protection. They can speak more to that when they present. And then 2025, we're here today because YOW is trying to convert it to a fire station. The zoning analysis is currently located in I2, which is light industrial. which is intended to accommodate light industrial and manufacturing activities that are usually clean and quiet and don't have a lot of disruption in the area. Table 5.1 in the Land Development Code shows that a public building is an allowed use in the I-2, subject to specific use standards and the submittal of a site development plan. Section 5.2.44 states that the allowed use may require approval of location prior to implementation. And then pursuant to Section 5.3.3, the following project requires an approval of location because it is a public building where the building, facility, or use provides or fulfills a government function that the governmental unity is legally authorized to provide. So the approval of location, the purpose is to determine if it's okay to be where it is, where they're requesting for it to be, and for it to be reviewed in a timely manner. This would be public use because it's has capabilities to levy taxes, or they're for the benefit of the public. Okay. So the Planning Commission, you guys are required to review it and approve it prior to construction. In this case, it's already constructed. They're just converting it to a different use. So because this is an allowed use in the zone, this approval of location process would be the controlling authorization of the facility. So this is the criteria of approval that you will be looking at and making your decision today. Basically just the application for a public use structure utilities reviewed for conformity with the submittal and the processing requirements included within the code and conformity with the master plan. For the master plan, in Chapter 7, page 92, it basically discusses that fire districts concerns about increasing the response time from fire districts. That's something that we look to mitigate. So in allowing additional fire stations, we could meet that criteria for the master plan. The increase in population that's expected to happen in El Paso County by the year 2050 is 35% increase from 2019. Again, just solidifying the need for faster response times from emergency services such as this. The fire station would not adversely change the character of the surrounding area because it's already mostly industrial and commercial, as I showed you on the zoning map. I'll bring up Joe to talk about drainage.
Good morning, Joe Sandstrom, Department of Public Works Associate Engineer. The drainage and erosion for the site is located in the Sand Creek Drainage Basin, and fees are only assessed with subdivision applications, so it doesn't apply to this. The site is not in a regulatory floodplain, and a drainage and erosion control plan were not required due to the minimal increase in imperviousness and disturbance. Any questions on drainage? For transportation, the El Paso County 2024 Major Transportation Corridors Plan does not depict any improvements in this area. The site itself is going to obtain access from Valley Street, which is to the west of the property. Traffic impact study was not required for this, as they met the thresholds in the TIS exemption. No offsite improvements were required for this project, and the El Paso County road impact fees do apply. Are there any questions about transportation? All right, I'll give it back to Lacey for the rest of the presentation.
So specific to this project, after, if this gets approved for approval of location, they will need to get approval of in this case, an over-the-counter site development plan because it's already existing. They'll just need to submit plans to us of what they're updating. And then if they substantially expand or enlarge it in the future, they will also need to come back through for a public hearing. We sent 23 notification letters to the surrounding neighbors on September 5th, 2025. We have not received any comments, whether in support or opposition, up until this date. If you don't have any questions, I'll pass it to the applicant.
All right. Any questions for staff? Is this, are we the final say on this one? Does it go to county commissioners or?
approval of location does not go to county commissioners.
Yeah, great, thanks. Thank you.
I wasn't sure too. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for your time, commissioners. Trying to figure out where the mouse is here. Oh, there it is. Okay. First off, for the location justification, as development continues to expand to the far eastern regions of the county, fire districts are increasingly concerned about rising emergency response times. As Lacey had said before, the proposed fire station location offers strategic advantages, particularly in reducing these response times and new developments anticipated in the coming years. Situated with direct access to Highway 24 and Peterson, this site provides efficient connectivity to the eastern corridor, enabling rapid deployment of emergency services. Establishing a facility here will support proactive planning and ensure that growing communities receive timely and effective emergency response. The purpose of this new facility, there's 4 items that kind of make this facility a good fit for the department. Adequate staffing capacity, vehicle housing and operational space, strategic location, and improved amenities for firefighters. The staffing capacity, the facility is designed to accommodate the required number of personnel per shift, and that's 18 firefighters. Vehicle housing, the new building will provide sufficient space for housing both current and anticipated emergency response vehicles. This includes indoor and outdoor accommodations. The location, centrally located within the district and with direct access to Powers Boulevard, the facility will enable consistent and efficient response times across the entire service area. This location enhances coverage and reduces delays in emergency situations. Amenities for the firefighters. The facility will offer enhanced amenities for on-shift personnel, contributing to better working conditions, morale, and overall well-being. These improvements support retention and performance of the firefighting team. Going to the master plan and how it fits in with the master plan, it indicates that the project is located in an employment center place type. Place type is the county's primary location for large-scale non-retail businesses that provide significant employment and economic development opportunities. Oh, sorry. Well, it went back to yours.
Click the left button.
Sorry, guys. I think I hit the wrong button. Oh, just go down. Okay. I got antsy with the arrow. Yeah, I was like, oh, go to the next page. This is just showing the project team. Andrew York will be the fire chief at this facility. We're working with JPS, and myself and Adam are working with them from YOW. This just shows their mission statement from the Cimarron Hills Fire Department. The mission of the Cimarron Hills Fire Department is to honorably serve our community by providing professional and aggressive and emergency medical services. The vision is to lead by example through community-focused preparedness and unparalleled commitment to training excellence. Their values: we will serve every customer with the utmost care, compassion, and commitment. Our community is our top priority, and they are the reason we do what we do. We value people by aggressive-minded and aggressively trained organization to ensure we are the best at what we do when it matters most. Tactical superiority, quick water, quick search, and quick care will be our priority on every fire and EMS call and will be accomplished with extreme pride and ownership. We feel that this new facility kind of lends itself to that mission. Overview. The building shall be changed from a service garage to the fire station. The property is zoned I2, which Lacey spoke to, is mainly light industrial. It's a 1.11 acre site. The existing building is 10,000 square feet. We propose to expand the curb cut along Valley Street on the north side for better access for the fire apparatuses. And then we're wanting to add a curb cut to the south of that one for more customer vehicles. We're adding a covered parking structure on the north side of the property that would accommodate 11 spaces. And the rear parking area shall have a new fence and gate put in for security. The parking area will be milled and repaved just to have a better surface for all vehicles. Basically, how the fire department is set up, the district is overseen by a citizen-elected 5-person board of directors. The board of directors has 4 designated positions with 1 director serving as general director. The board of directors meets monthly on the 3rd Wednesday. During this meeting, it's typical that the fire chief they report on the previous months, and this is discussed and approved through the directors. The fire chief presents other pertinent district business, reviews incident statistics, and provides updates on department operations and administration. As far as personnel, the Cimarron Hills Fire Department is a dedicated fire and emergency services organization committed to protecting life and property throughout the community. The department strives to provide top-notch emergency services and dedicated customer service through regular training and maintaining the station apparatus and equipment. Each shift works 48 hours on duty at the station and 96 hours off duty before their next tour. This new facility shall employ 18 firefighters and 7 part-time firefighters who help augment minimum staffing requirements when full-time members are on vacation, training, or on a leave status. Cimarron Hills Fire Department is primarily funded through property taxes. It applies a mill levy to the assessed value of all taxable properties located within the district. Cimarron Hills Fire Department has a goal of creating a transparent, fiscally responsible, and goal-oriented budget. All these stats can kind of be looked up on their website. The district's boundary. Basically, as you can see, it's the blue area shown. And to the north, the boundary is Pony Tracks and Waterman Way. On the east, it's Mark Shuffle Road. To the west, it's Powers. And to the south, it's Highway 24. And basically, the next slide kind of talks to this as far as the boundaries and strategic placement for response time. The organization takes significant pride in maintaining low response times, which is a significant benefit to the community having their own local fire department. Cimarron Hills is able to respond to all district properties, roadways, and areas within no more than 6 minutes. And with that, I open up to questions. I believe the Chief of Operations, Matthew Gordner, is here. If there are any specific
And I'm sorry,
questions.
did you give us your name when you started?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Brad Nichols with YOW Architect.
Okay, great, thanks. Get it on the record. Any questions? Anybody? Doesn't look like it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion up here? Was there anyone in the audience that would like to speak in favor of this item? Seeing none, anyone here that would like to speak against this item? Seeing none, I will close the public comment timeframe. I'll entertain a vote if there's no further discussion. Or
Mr. Chair?
motion. Entertain a motion.
Yeah, Mr.
Yes, Ms. Jack?
Ms. Jack.
I'm sorry.
Other Ms. Jack.
Ms. Fuller?
Mr. Chair, with regards to agenda item 5A, file U251 for an approval of location at 1015 Valley Street, I move for approval in accordance with the attached resolution with 2 conditions and 1 notation.
Second.
Thank you. Who did? Ms. Moraes, thank you. Take the vote. Mr. Schibel?
Aye.
Ms. Fuller?
Aye.
Mr. Trowbridge?
Aye.
Ms. Jack?
Aye.
Mr. Whitney?
Aye.
Mr. Byers?
Aye.
Mr. Moraes?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. So agenda item 5A, file number U251, approval of location 1015 Valley Street passes unanimously. All right, we'll move on to item 3B that we pulled in to make a regular item. Can we get a abbreviated presentation on that?
My name is Miranda Benson. I am presenting on behalf of AL 2515 for the 7950 Industry Road New Electronic Message Display or EMD billboard. I will be presenting for planning, and then Joe Sandstrom will be presenting for engineering. And if there's any public input or anyone watching remotely who would like to participate online, please email your name and phone number to pcdhearings@elpasoco.com. The hearing procedure will be my presentation followed by the applicant's, public comment for and against, then any rebuttal provided by the applicant, questions from the board to staff, and then your discussion and your recommendation to the Board of County Commissioners. The request before you is by Lamar Advertising for special use approval to allow 1 new billboard with 2 378 square foot advertisement faces that will utilize electronic messaging displays. In order to accomplish this request, Lamar is proposing to remove 2 single-sided billboards of that same size, which are legally existing, to convert them to billboard credits to then be provided for this new billboard. So there will be no net increase to billboards in the county, and billboard credits will be used to construct the new face. The property is zoned I3, which is a heavy industrial zoning district, and Mark Shuffle Road is not a restricted corridor. As part of their special use request, the applicant is also requesting relief of 4% from the spacing standards, which would allow for 384 feet between existing or billboards, where 400 feet is required in the I3 zoning district. This is a zoning map of the proposed location, with a star at the southwestern corner of the property where the new billboard is proposed to be. And as you can see, on the northern property, there is an existing billboard. The special use criteria is before you and will also be presented during the public comment portion. And then just verification that off-premise signage or billboards are allowed with special use approval in the I3 zoning district. And then this property is also within the commercial airport overlay district due to its proximity to Colorado Springs Airport. This is the site plan that was provided by the applicant, as well as an image of what the billboard would look like. Billboard credits would be used, and so I just included the Land Development Code criteria for billboard credits. They are issued for legally existing billboards after they are removed, and then in order to utilize the credit, you exchange them in a face-to-face or size-to-size replacement, they would be using 2 credits to do this double-sided billboard. This is an aerial map of the 2 locations that they are proposing to remove billboards from. One is along Highway 24. This might look familiar because this is Red Rock Canyon open space. We just had a billboard proposal across the highway. This billboard that is existing that they're proposing to remove is on the same side of the highway as Red Rock Canyon open space. And then the other one is along I-25, where Venatucci crosses and becomes Highway 85. The billboard is in this location. A lighting plan was provided by the applicant as required by the Land Development Code. And then the key area of influence is an enclave or near enclave, because this property is in the northeastern corner of Cimarron Hills. And the area of change is transition. And the place type is urban residential, though it was noted that the place type is more reflective of the employment center because of the industrial uses in the area. I would invite Joe up for the traffic and drainage slide.
Hello, Joe Sandstrom, Department of Public Works, Associate Engineer. There are no traffic concerns for this project. A traffic impact study was not required. No public improvements are required, and the El Paso County Road Impact Fee does not apply. For drainage, there's also no drainage concerns with this project. Drainage and erosion impacts are considered negligible. A drainage report or grading erosion control plan were not required, and this property is not within a FEMA floodplain. Any questions about traffic or drainage? Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
As part of our standard process, we did send notices to the surrounding property owners and posters were on property. Do you guys have any questions for planning?
Question, yes, Mr. Maurice.
I just one question. I'm reading the condition, and I think you said it, but just to double check.
Yes.
The other 2 billboards have to come down
Correct.
and be verified they're removed before a building permit is issued to put up the new billboard.
That is correct.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Mr. Whitney, did you have a question? No. Anyone else? Great, thank you.
All right, I will invite Justin up for Lamar Advertising.
Good morning. My name is Justin with Lamar Advertising. I believe I've seen 6 of you about a month ago. This is very similar, with the exception that in order to accomplish this one, we are needing to remove 2 existing billboards. I'd like to keep it as brief as I can, but I know there's been some public opposition, and I just feel like I should address some of their concerns and just state who Lamar is. So, Lamar's been operating here in the county for over 30 years. We've maintained partnerships with El Paso County, CDOT. We take a compliance-first approach, and we actively support community messaging through emergency communications on those billboards. The 7950 Industry Road project is a new electronic messaging display that will enhance visibility for local businesses and strengthen the county's emergency communication capabilities. All of this is while reducing overall billboard inventory. So we're removing 2 structures in order to build 1. The other 2 structures do only have 1 face each, but essentially we're going down in structure count. The site is zoned A3 with a CADO overlay. That's an ideal fit for digital display due to its visibility and distance from residential areas. It will stand 40 feet tall. Each face will be 378 square feet which will be accomplished by the removal of 2 other 378 square feet faces. The only technical deviation is a 16-foot spacing request, where 400 foot is typically required. Due to setbacks, we're only able to achieve 384. Our digital displays serve both local business and public service needs. A single face can host up to 8 advertisers on an electronic messaging display, where a standard billboard can only display 1. We also dedicate a portion of screen time to community service. That's through Amber Alerts, weather notifications, and nonprofit messaging. And recently, we've partnered with El Paso County Pikes Peak Alert Program, which will allow us to help promote the county's emergency alert system and over time display real-time emergency notifications in the same way that the app does. So I'd say that these signs are actually becoming a real communication asset for El Paso County. Just an example of what we've been working on. We expect content to begin within the next week or 2. We're finalizing that. I know lighting is often a key discussion point, so I'd like to just walk through quickly how this does operate. The sign will dim to match ambient light levels. It will never exceed 500 nits at night per code. Each message will stay on screen for a minimum of 4 to 8 seconds, and there's no flashing, no animation, no video. It's static, so operates just like a typical billboard, just with the ability to change content. There's also an emergency shutoff system that powers the display down in the event that there is any malfunction. There was a photometric study completed, which shows compliance with county code. At the western property line, which is the nearest property line, light levels show that they would be at 0.05 to 0.08 foot candles, which is below the 0.1 foot candle guideline. This display faces entirely industrial and commercial zoning, not any homes or sensitive land uses. Automatically adjust to brightness and ambient light conditions. It's bright enough to read during the day, but at nighttime it dims significantly. Importantly, the modules, the way that the structure emits light, it does that downward and forward, never upward. That means there's no light spill into the night sky. A higher output, or the surrounding properties. A higher output could only occur under a fault condition, in which our systems include an automated monitoring and shutdown feature that would prevent that state from continuing. Overall, well below the county thresholds and designed to be dark sky friendly by default. Talking about the modules, maybe in the next presentation it might be beneficial for me to bring one of these in here so I can show it. But they are tiled with square, what we would call LED modules. As you can see here, I've got 3 views. One is from the front, which shows the louvers that would allow the light to transmit outward and forward. The second one from the side will show how those louvers are used to direct light, and the third image shows from up above. So if you're up above looking downward towards these EMDs, the light isn't allowed to transmit upwards. It's aimed outwards. The county's land development code recognizes that billboards are appropriate and an expected advertising medium when located in suitable areas. I believe this area fits that perfectly. Once again, we're not increasing total billboard inventory. We're removing 2 structures in order to accomplish this. No net new signage, just a modernized, more efficient display. It's located in an industrial corridor, fully compliant with county and CDOT regulations, and it enhances the county's ability to communicate quickly with residents through the Peaks Alerts partnership. This comparison helps visualize the advantage of modern EMDs with, once again, with traditional static boards, you're only able to serve one advertiser with no emergency messaging. It also, maintenance is handled remotely. We reduce truck trips, emissions, vinyl waste. Most of the maintenance, all content changes are done remotely. With advanced auto dimming and directional LED controls, these are more environmentally responsible and better regulated than older fixed light designs. So the end result is a more efficient and community serving system. Our local office employs 15 county residents. Our team personally maintains every structure we operate. We ensure safety, appearance, and compliance. We take pride in being a hands-on, locally run operation and not an absentee company. And I think it's an example of how we can use our platform to serve the public good, providing communication infrastructure that benefits the community with no taxpayer costs. Master plan, to be brief, staff identified the place as urban residential, but clarified that real-world conditions are more in line with the employment center. It's also in a transition designation, which is also supported by our project. County refers to this as the Cimarron Hills Enclave, which is an unincorporated pocket surrounded by the city of Colorado Springs. But the surrounding uses are all industrial, concrete plants, county facilities, and other heavy commercial operations or industrial operations. No need for annexation, new utilities, or offsite improvements. These supporting master plan elements are all neutral or positive. The staff found low environmental impact, no mineral conflicts. Safety is often a concern through public comment. And I'd like to say that that's always our first priority in every Lamar project. We have decades of data that confirm that these displays operate safely when they're properly regulated. The Federal Highway Administration and multiple long-term studies have all concluded that there is no statistically significant increase in crashes associated with EMDs. National Highway Traffic Administration has done studies that shows that glances away from the road at 2 seconds are what they consider a distraction. And measured glances towards digital billboards through multiple studies have averaged under 1 second, which are well within the safe range. Also, we meet every El Paso County standard for lighting in regards to safety. A new study that I was able to come up that was recently completed since our last project was done by Texas A&M Transportation Institute and TxDOT. They analyzed more than 220 billboard locations statewide. Researchers compared crash data for 3 years before and 2 years after and found no statistical change in crash frequency. The billboard sites saw a small decline in crashes from roughly 5,200 to down to 5,100, while similar control roadways without signage showed almost identical results. Eye tracking study was done in this by Texas A&M as well. The average driver glances were under 1 second in this newest study completed in 2025. The study even noted that on-premise business signs, which were considered off-premise, the only difference is really how we're regulated and what content is put on. On-premise signs, you'll notice, often have video, oftentimes seem to be brighter, and I believe they're just not regulated as stringently. They did note that those are they have a greater distraction potential than off-premise signs, which is what we have. Interesting. This is the safety portion I've covered previously, but just to reiterate, Albuquerque, Rochester, Cuyahoga County, multiple other regional and local studies have been done, and all of the studies have been consistent. No statistical increase in crashes related to electronic billboards or static billboards. Once again, no net new signage, lighting levels within county limits. I would say more environmentally responsible and up to current safety standards. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Questions? Ms. Moraes?
I just have a couple questions.
Okay.
You said that the messages they cycle through every 4 to 8 seconds.
Correct.
Just out of curiosity, so I guess you sell that advertisement per like the 4 to 8 second segments.
Yes.
If I was a business, could I buy multiple cycles and they become a static?
Well, you could buy multiple cycles, but the way that we would have to meet code is that and that's also the great thing about the technology, is you could put more than one message. It would be a detriment to you to only display the one message. We could put, different specials. So in theory, if we were to do that, we would make the content change, whether by wording or photo, whatever that might be.
And then just the other question, could a failure mode go into like one of those modules just fail all white?
Correct. What you'll also see, though, on all of our displays is we have what we call our Network Operations Center at our corporate office. We have a team that monitors webcams, and in addition to people monitoring them, they have built-in diagnostics so that can detect these faults, and they're designed to shut off if an unsafe condition were to persist.
Okay, thank you.
Other questions? I've got a couple.
Okay.
How many of these do you operate in the city right now?
Currently, I need to subtract, we have some on Fort Carson 4. We are, I believe we're at 14.
Oh, really? Great. And then,
All right, not the city, but in the county.
yeah, okay. And then it looks like they're designed so that they don't shine up. I'm wondering, in this area, you're in the airport overlay, on an approach from an airliner, does this create any kind of distraction or confusion for a pilot with that kind of light?
In one of our previous approvals that didn't require the hearing process, we did have a study done through the airlines, and yeah, it's not a concern from the airport. The airport has commented directly on that.
Great.
So.
All right, thank you. Any other questions? All right, thank you, sir.
I'm going to pull up the criteria for the public comment.
All righty. Now's the time we entertain comments on this item. Anyone in the audience would like to speak in favor of this item? Seeing none, I know there's a gentleman who'd like to speak against. Come on up, sir. Yeah, sign in and tell us your name if you would for the record.
I signed in earlier on a sheet. So.
Oh, did you? Then you don't need to. You can just give us your name if you would.
Good morning. I'm Larry Barrett. I live at 2815 Tenderfoot Hill Street, which is in Colorado Springs, zip code 80906. And I'm here representing Scenic Colorado. Scenic Colorado is a mission to preserve and enhance the visual environment and aesthetic character of the community and countrysides of Colorado. So for some time, we've been very interested in billboards, particularly these electronic billboards. So I'll make some brief comments about the proposal, about dwell times, about message density, and about static billboard removals. The proposed application is to remove 2 static billboards and install 1 electronic billboard. The static billboards are in scenic corridors, I-25 and US 24. This is commendable. The electronic billboard will be located in an industrial zone on the east side of the city. The electronic billboard application could be improved in several ways. First, on dwell times. Dwell times for each face for the electronic billboard is 4 to 8 seconds. This is a very short period of time for each advertisement to be shown. Other jurisdictions set longer dwell times. For example, Colorado Springs requires a minimum of 10 seconds for each sign, for each exhibit of an ad. Greeley requires 30 seconds. Longer dwell times increase the driving potential for driving to be safer. On the subject of message density, if 8 seconds is the dwell time, then the number of ads within a minute is potentially 7.4 messages. If 4 seconds is the dwell time, then 15 messages can be contained in a minute. This is almost like a moving sentence or a message or animation, almost. This proposed new electronic billboard will have a dwell time of 8 seconds per advertisement and would allow, in effect, 7 ads per minute on each face for a total of 14 ads per minute across 2 faces. If the new billboard has a dwell time of 4 seconds, there could be 15 ads per minute on each face, or a total of 30 ads over 2 faces. Very distracting. Some jurisdictions require multiple removals of static billboards for each new digital billboard. For example, Gulfport, Mississippi requires a minimum of 6 static billboard removals for each new electronic billboard. Tampa Bay, Florida requires removal of 10 static billboards for each electronic billboard. St. Petersburg, Florida similarly requires a removal of 10 statics for each electronic billboard. It's worth noting that these 2 Florida jurisdictions require a minimum of dwell time of 10 seconds. These jurisdictions have adopted a sign code with the express purpose of reducing billboard proliferation. Note that these are tourist-oriented communities, just like Colorado Springs and El Paso County. Our recommendation for Scenic Colorado is to expand the dwell times, number 1, and number 2, the number of legacy billboards to be removed should be increased for a net reduction in billboards. Thank you, and I can take any questions.
We don't take questions at this point. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I will leave copies of my presentation with the staff.
Thank you. Anyone else that'd like to speak against this item? Seeing none, we'll close the public comment. Would you like to rebut at all on the comments? No? Thank you. Yes, Mr. Trowbridge?
I was going to ask, can we have staff maybe come back up then?
Sure. Staff?
Could you review for us the code regarding the credits, the billboard removal, things like that?
This page? Okay. Did you have specific questions?
I was just going to ask you to review this
To review
for
it?
us. Yeah.
Sure. So the Land Development Code requires that in order to receive a credit, a billboard must be removed. Verification would need to be received that it's been removed, and then a credit will be issued. Then when the applicant would like to construct a billboard, they will turn in that credit for review when we approve the sign plan. They are issued on a structure for structure, face-to-face, size-to-size basis, and they're proposing to remove 2 at 378 square feet each in order to construct this new 2-sided billboard.
Right. So basically, though, it's a 1-to-1.
Correct.
You remove one, we give you credit to put another one
Right.
up.
They're just
so-
putting both faces on one pole.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay. And then the other question the gentleman had, or the comment he had, was about dwell time. Is there anything in the code about EMD dwell times?
Yes. So the Land Development Code in signs off premise, which is what is reviewed during the sign plan portion of this project, requires the special use, requires that animation can only be approved if it's part of the special use, where here it's not. The message hold time must be at least 4 to 8 seconds, and then the transition method must be instantaneous. Next is that the transition duration, or sorry, I must have misspoke on the last one. The transition method, nope, it's just kind of a repeated
No, it's the whole,
criteria.
that's the whole time I was looking at.
Hold time
Go back
and
to the previous slide, please. Thank you. Yeah,
transition
so No,
method,
item 3, message hold time, the dwell
4
is
to
4
8
to 8
seconds.
seconds.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
And then the transition method must be instantaneous. And then brightness must be less than 500 nits, and then have that auto dimming feature if it malfunctions. So this is the criteria that's reviewed during the sign plan application phase, which follows this.
Right. So the comments that the public had about this in terms of billboards being removed in dwell time are already covered in the code, and we don't really have any leeway
Correct, unless
On
you
this.
were to approve it as part of the special use, kind of
unless we
like,
put a different condition on it.
correct,
Right, so-
yes. But what they're proposing meets the standard of the code as
No,
is.
I agree. I
Yes.
understand. Yeah.
Yes.
So my comment is that if they want these changes, they have to go to the Board of County Commissioners and
As part
argue for changes in the code.
Right, yes, like the land development code
Right.
rewrite.
Right. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Any other questions for staff?
No, thank you.
No problem.
Any other discussion? All right, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair?
Mr. Schipple.
In regards to agenda item 3B, file AL 2515 for the special use 7950 Industry Road new electronic message display billboard, I move for approval in accordance with the attached resolution with one condition and 4 notations and no finding of water sufficiency, that this be forwarded to the Board of County Commissioners for their consideration.
Thank you. Second, Mr. Byer. Any more discussion? Take the vote. Mr. Schipple?
Aye.
Ms. Fuller?
Aye.
Mr. Trowbridge?
Aye.
Ms. Jack?
Aye.
Mr. Whitney?
Aye.
Mr. Byers?
Aye.
Mr. Moraes?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. So agenda item 3B, file number AL 2515, special use 7950 Industry Road, new electronic message display billboard passes unanimously. Any other items to discuss? Any other notifications? We'll adjourn the meeting. Thank you.